Hi, welcome to class. Today we get to learn about South America, which is a really cool continent. So let's get into that classroom and let me share my screen a little bit larger for you. So the equator, which is the middle of the earth, runs right through South America. So it can be pretty warm there sometimes. They got lots of cool creatures that crawl all over the continent. And it's surrounded by the Pacific over here, the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. So they have two oceans right around them. So this is the Pacific, this is the Atlantic, and it has the largest rainforest in the world. And we need rainforests. They kind of help us with our climate, and it also has the largest flying bird, the Andean condor. And show me four fingers. Yeah, it's the fourth largest continent. And the alpaca, you can see an alpaca animal right here, and that's the South American mammal. And it's related to the llama. So you should have that llama video and that coloring sheet to do. And it is one of the famous landmarks in the Amazon rainforest, is inside South America, and the Amazon rainforest is well known. They got cool creatures here. You see that sloth with that cute little baby. And the Andes Mountains is called the backbone of South America. Look how tall those mountains are. 7,600 kilometers long. And they're the Incas tribe of people live in the Andes Mountains. And they just have all different kinds of creatures. And it's very biodiverse, which means that everything kind of works together. There's a lot of different kinds of trees and animals, and it's very diverse, which means there's lots and lots of it, lots of different types of creatures and plants. And look, peekaboo, cute peekaboo. And now there are 40,000 plant species, 3,000 freshwater species like fish, and there's also 370 types of reptiles. And inside the forest, they have lots of trees, and it covers 1.4 billion acres. So they have dense forests, which means the trees are nice and close together. And there's over 4,000 miles of winding rivers. But I'll tell you what, watch out for those rivers, because piranhas live inside some of the rivers, and those are fish that have teeth. Here you see, some people call it a tapir, others call it a tapir, but he's a kind of cool little creature. And the name South America came from the Italian explorer, and his name was Amerigo Vespucci. And they just took his first name and thought it sounded pretty close to America. And there's all different kinds of people that live in South America. And there's even different insects, animals, plants, and has the world's highest waterfalls. So they got lots of the highest. And you can just see the waterfall just kind of trickle, because it's so wet in those rainforests. And in terms of population, it's fifth. So most people live in different continents because there's 7 continents, but this is the 5th. So Asia, Africa, Europe, and North America have more people. But as far as how big it is, it's the 4th. So only Asia, Africa, and North America are bigger. So it's the 4th largest. There are 13 countries, and the largest, oh my goodness. The largest country in Brazil is Brazil, and the smallest is Suriname. And the scarlet macaw, he lives inside those tropical forests. What do you think? Do you think he's a meat eater? Yes or no? I'll tell you what, he's an herbivore, loves to eat nuts, leaves, berries, and even seeds. So the scarlet macaw right here is one of the most intelligent bird species. So these can be pretty smart, and they can even tell shapes and colors apart. So they're able to see colors not all animals can. So over here, we had the 3-wattled bellbird. Look at that. Look at that face. Isn't that kind of silly? And this lives in the middle to upper rainforest, loves to eat fruits. So is he a carnivore? No, he's not a meat eater. He is an herbivore. And he is one of the loudest birds. You can hear him from over a kilometer away. And here, look at the keel-billed toucan. And this one also eats fruits and berries. And he likes to live in tree holes, and he'll share his tree hole with 5 to 6 different birds. They all sleep with their bills right here, that nose or that snout, that mouth. That's called the bill, and it's tucked under his body to make room for the other birds that are inside that hole. So they're kind to each other. And inside that rainforest, there are over 250 different types of birds. Approximately 3,000 fruits that grow in that rainforest that are edible. Can you say the word edible? Yeah, that means it's safe to eat. So not all fruits are safe. So we got to be careful. Can't just eat stuff out in the wild unless we know exactly what we're eating. So South America, fourth largest continent, covers 12% of the Earth's total land. Look at that flag just flying. And please say anaconda. Yeah, watch out. South America is home to one of the largest snakes, that anaconda. And he has the world's highest volcanoes, largest salt lake of the world. So there's lots of special things about South America. And it's also the largest producer of coffee. And they got, just look at this. This is the leaf cutter ant. And he loves to eat fungus. Right here, this is a crazy guy. I got a class on him, the Goliath bird-eating spider. What do you think? Can a spider really eat a bird? They can. Yeah, this spider is definitely a carnivore, eats birds, mice, insects, worms, even other spiders. And he is the heaviest spider in the world. So show me with your fingers. How many legs does a spider have? Yeah, they got 8 legs. And I hope I said that right. They got 8 legs, so they're arachnids. They're not insects. And ooh, look at that Titan beetle. They got some crazy bugs out there. And that's the world's largest species of beetle. Look how big that is. Can you look at your hand? You have a kid hand. He's as big as a grown-up hand. That's a bug. Look how pretty it is there, though. There's so much water. The trees just got to grow even though it's all wet. It's so pretty there. But they got, like I said, piranhas. And those are those teeth, the toothed fish. And the jaguar even lives there, the llama. And this is really cool. Give me a thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no. Are dolphins ever pink? Well, I'll tell you what, this is the only continent in the world to have wild pink dolphins. So there really are pink dolphins in the world. And they, all climates are different throughout the continent. So sometimes it's humid and sticky. Sometimes it's a little bit more comfortable. And we are lucky. 1/5 of the world's fresh water is contained in the Amazon rainforest. 1/5. That's a lot of fresh water. And we can't drink salt water. It's not healthy for us. So we need fresh water. So the people that live there, they're pretty lucky. They get to eat lots of different fruits, veggies, nuts, meat. And they kind of have something called yerba mate, which kind of looks like spinach. They have desserts made out of milk, kind of like we use for our ice cream. We use milk or cream. And they also use sugar cane. That's where sugar comes from. And look at just how beautiful it is. A little bit misty because of the moisture rising. So the first people that lived there, they were hunters and gatherers. Because what do you think? Was there a McDonald's when they first came over to live here? No. So they had to hunt and gather, like find their vegetables. And then they started farming about 5,000 years ago over in South America. And we kind of think that the first people came 12,000 years to settle over here. So there's all different countries. And you can see right here, the green, that's Brazil. And that is the largest country in South America. And show me 5 fingers, please. Yeah, that's the 5th largest country in the world. So thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no. What do you think? Would you want to live in South America? Well, this land right here accounts for almost half of this entire continent. So most of the area is Brazil. So some rainforest people, look at that. Ooh, there's that bird flying around. Yeah, so you get to see all different kinds of creatures, bright and beautiful. And the people from the rainforest, they didn't have a lot of contact from people in the outside world. So they would raise their food, yams, other crops, bananas, and they would hunt with some bows and arrows, even made themselves some dart guns. And there you see another waterfall. Look how pretty. I love watching that. So the Inca Empire, those people, the Incas, their area stretched from Ecuador to Chile, and they were taken over by Francisco Pizarro and the Spanish in the 1530s. So for a while, they had their own area, and that was the greatest civilization. But look, oh my goodness, there's a dinosaur. So here we have South America, and it just kind of smushes with Africa to look how it kind of puts together. So the lands used to be connected too. And then they separated, the oceans started filling in between. So it's just a fascinating place. And then those Spanish people started spreading from Peru to Bolivia to Chile and Paraguay, and even Argentina. So they started settling all over the continent. And most of them was more on the west side though. So the Portuguese would come and the Spanish agreed to take the west side of South America, and the Portuguese took the east side. So that was really nice that they worked it out. Sometimes they have to work out and compromise. So here is your trophy for doing a great job today. And if you could tell me one thing that you liked or learned in today's class, and maybe draw a picture, show me your llama picture, and I'll see you in the next class. Have a great day.